So you're setting the mark saying we're going to get a $10 million verdict. When you were setting your plan at the time that you set your $10 million verdict plan, were you also, you said that's your big hairy goal. Were you also then saying we're going to set up systems and advertising all based on that 10 million? Or was it just, we're going to hit a $10 million verdict so that everyone in Connecticut knows that we're the trial studs and we're the guys that people can refer their big cases to?
I think it's really between those two things. I think it's the latter, but I think it may even be something different here, Bill. What I think it was it was just like we were enamored with like the idea of trial and the idea of fighting and the idea of doing these things. And it was like, well, winning a jury verdict doesn't matter. Like we can win those, but like what makes, like, how would you objectively say somebody is like a great trial lawyer? And we like looked around at all the big players in our state and we're like, you know, it seems like a $10 million verdict's like a line of demarcation for different firms. And we're like, we want to be on the other side of that line. And so what we started doing, I mean, like we didn't have like marketing. I mean, like we had like a very basic website. We didn't have a lot of those tools, but what we knew was like, if we could build the systems and build and try to focus on that. And again, like focus on like networking, because if a case was going to come to us this way, it was probably going to come in network. I think it changed how we looked at how we would build the firm, but the end result would be like, yes, like we wanted that recognition that like nobody could take away from us. Like nobody can say like, oh, you know, it was like, no, man, you walk into a room with trial lawyers, you're like, we just dropped $100 million verdict. You got their respect.